Welcome back to the part 4 of the Black Knight's journey through this wonderful land of Hyrule known as Zelda II. So, as I left off, I just got the fairy spell and I was going to go into the great land of the Palace number 3. So I'm just actually getting my level up, my attack level, up to the next level before I actually go there. So I'm just going to be grinding for a moment, which is not always a good thing, and it's not always the best thing to look at. And I should actually be hitting the other guys. Yes, let's hit these guys. So this should be it. Wow. And there we are. And my attack goes up. Awesome. So I have 6 attacks, which is incredibly awesome for this portion in the game. So it's also good to hit an enemy. This is King's Tomb, I believe. Yes, King's Tomb, yes. There's an evil King's Tomb, but I'm not going to look for it because I don't want to even go in the cemetery. So before you actually go in the cemetery, get hit, and then go to the middle one, and then from the middle one, go straight down, and you'll hit here. And this is where you gotta go to the third palace. And I know that's somewhere in the town of Mido. A guy will tell you how to get to, or find the way to come here. He'll tell you to go see Error in Ruto. So if you do that, he'll tell you about King's Tomb, and that you need to go south in King's Tomb. So I could do that, or I could do what I already know. So, like I said in the second part, anything past the second palace, if you hit the statue in the first one, there will be a Nabooru magic jar or a red knight. Fortunately, there's a red knight in this one. I'm going to go out and actually see if I can get a red magic jar again. But they're bloody knights. Seriously. I just hope I don't die. I'm killing them normally because I just... Yes. Absolutely 100% yes on that one. Yes. Okay, so we're going to try this again. Fuck this. So you can do this, keep on doing this until... And I have full life. Awesome, there we go. Full magic too. So you pretty much do that until you're happy with your stats, and then you can go in. Full stats. And you can do that with pretty much any dungeon before this. And let's see if I can... This always seems to happen to me. So as you notice, the enemies are a little different than the first two dungeons. This one will introduce enemies that you'll encounter in the other continent, the next continent we're going to. They'll give you a little warm-up of. I just seem to get hit a lot in this dungeon. This is my Bain dungeon, basically. This has always been a hard dungeon for me to be in. So if I don't talk a lot, I'm concentrating a little bit. Damn it. Seriously? I'm using too much magic right now. So just kind of watch your magic meter. If you have to, use what you can to survive. I think I'll use probably a shield spell against this guy. I'm gonna die. There we go. Basically do what you need to do to get the job done. And I'm still in a really bad situation. So I'm going to get this guy here, kill him this way. See if I can kill them with 2 hits. Kill this guy. Let's see if okay, let's see if you do a running jump, you can actually jump up 3 block 3s. 3. So 2, you can jump up 3 blocks. And I gotta kill this guy normally. And for some reason, it just lacks. No, not pea bags. It just lacks magic jars. Come on, get away from there. Oh, of course, you're in the freaking corner. Alright, let's see this. Do this again. Let's see if I can do this without falling. There we are. If you have to take your time and do things, take your time and do things. Yes, I made it this time. And this is actually the only part you actually get to go outside in any palace. And I'm very tempted to do that. And yes, I'm gonna actually go 5. If I can get up to level 7 with my attack, that'd be great, but if I don't, then I'm not gonna cry. Okay, so enemies are a little bit difficult in this. Especially these guys, which, other than blue slimes and bony fish heads, these are my hated enemies in this game. And you'll know why eventually, because it's in this one part. I just hate them. And if you didn't get the glove, then you're screwed. You know, so go back to the second palace and pass it. You need to get the glove to... Now we have introduction with the blue iron knuckles, which actually shoot swords. And with every hit they take, they go crazy, so let's say hit them and then just kind of block their shots. Just kind of watch when you open that door, because you'll be temporary just in that position. Sorry, I'm just concentrating a little. There we are. So if you're on low attack, you're going to be doing a lot more hits. And yes, you can use the same method that you kill the cheap way, killing iron knuckles also. It's just very difficult because they shoot their swords, so you gotta watch out. You gotta dodge also. And here again, blue slimes, hate them. You know what the hell they're doing. And now I gotta go in this room with these guys. I want to kill those guys as soon as you can, because they just respawn at a ridiculous rate. Especially going the other way. Actually, the magic jar. Oh man, seriously, that's why you gotta watch out. There we are. Still no red magic jar. Could use one right about now. The thing is, I personally fight knights instead of those blue guys that shoot maces at me. Now this is the part I really hate. And I'm going to do it the safe way instead of the non-safe way. It just takes a little bit, but it's a lot safer to do than try to make a path up there, especially if you don't have up thrust. If you have up thrust, then I would say, yeah, you can probably inch your way out of there, but if you don't have up thrust, that's probably the best way, is just to kind of inch your way along the bottom and then jump up. It's time consuming, but it's a lot more safer than trying to get massively hit. I need to get a jar of magic. And I want to get soon. Let's see, wait, get this. And I'm probably gonna die. Not really. Like I said, I like to not die, but this palace is definitely the place that I die most of the time. And why couldn't I do that the first time? Well, anyway, this is the room before the boss. So, and there's 3 iron knuckles, 2 red and 1 blue. So I'm gonna kill this one over here first. And seeing how it's so close here, it's hard to actually do the trick without hitting the ceiling. So with this guy, probably want to do him this way instead of the other way, just in case you didn't kill the red one. So you rather deal with 1 than 2. There's sometimes where you can hit them and they don't do anything, but very unrarely. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, I can. It's really hard to do, but you can jump up 3 here. And I'd rather just use jump, so I don't have to waste time. Of course, if you get them cornered, they go really crazy. Oh, of course you give it to me now. Couldn't you give it to me before? Okay, and here we go. The boss. The boss is an iron knuckle on a horse. It's probably a specific name for it. So you want to do down thrust. I guess the only way you could actually do this one is down thrust. I usually want to get them kind of in the middle, and then... Now I'm actually going to go with the way I normally do it, even though you can kill them just pretty much the normal way. So you kind of get them in the corner, and then you can hit him like down thrust, because if he goes slightly out of the screen, his shield doesn't register as a shield, so he's basically just a knight, so he will take damage. And that's basically the way I actually kill him. So I'm going to not end it here, but I'm going to end it at the next town. I'm actually going to get my magic up, because I actually want my magic up. So here we go, and it's a part of the rock phase. So you're going to go back to... Nice, I totally forgot that you went in the Island Palace to get basically the raft, which we got. It's the 3rd item. And we're going to the next continent. And with the new continent, there's a few things to do right off the bat, which I'm going to do at least one of them. And with this one, you want to go straight up, hit this one, go out, go back up, because you don't want to hit that cemetery. And I don't need to go in the town to fill up, so I'm going to go to this next continent. And with this one, you really want to avoid enemies because you cannot hit them. You cannot kill these guys until you get fire. So you want to race over to the town as soon as possible. And you go in the town, and this town is... I think it's Nabooru. Nabooru, which is the Sage of Spirit. What was this guy doing? I guess he's talking about the wing boots that you can walk on water, which you'll get in the 4th palace. I don't need magic. Now this one here is the most ridiculous thing. It's like, I am thirsty. So basically you go over to this fountain, want to get some water, apparently you got some water, you go back over, and she turns around, you have water, come to my house, there we go. So, there you go, she couldn't walk like not even 5 feet over to get some water for herself, you had to actually go and get it for her. It's like, it's ridiculous, but anyway, it's worth a magic spell, so this is magic spell fire, which is definitely good around here because, well, nothing really actually gets affected other than fire, and it's worth one square. Awesome. I'm really glad I get magic 6. So right now I'm actually going to explain, because it's a good chance. Your blocks in this are squares, your life and your magic, and each block consists of, I guess, points. And yes, literal point is a point. So 1 block is equivalent to 16 points. So your shield spell, right? My shield spell right now, my jump spell, and my fire spell all take just 1 square to do. And I don't know about my fairy and all that, but it takes 1 square. That's the same with my life. If it takes 1 square, that's 16 points. And that gets into all sorts of crazy mathematical stuff. Actually, what do you say? There's a lot of men in that town. Okay, so here's your bat, which doesn't say anything. You actually gotta jump and hit. And here. And again. And basically he tells you about the heart in the ocean. Not over ocean, it's in the ocean. Which is... And you can probably say something. He talks about the river devil. Which is down here, which I can actually show. Got the river devil down here because I'm actually going to do this one. Okay, I'm going to test our fire now. So those nice little spiders that are really kind of annoying from the first one, that you can easily kill with 1 friggin' sword blast, are called Tektites. Well, these are the Tektites in this one, which are super armored things that can only be killed pretty much by fire. So they definitely had a upgrade in this one. So I'm going to see if I'm definitely shielding myself in this one. I may even life myself, which I can't. Okay. Because I'm not alone in this one. So I'm going to ignore him and go for the pea bag. It's probably best not to actually go with this guy because he might get killed, and I'm actually just going to ignore him now. Because I'm actually going to die, and I don't want to die. So hopefully I can make it back to town before I get hit by something. Major thing is that you get in there. That armored scorpion thing is worth 150 if you can kill him. Which is basically you gotta wait for his eye, and then you down thrust or you hit him in the eye. But he also shoots fire at you, so you gotta watch out for the fire. And I don't have reflect yet, so I can't reflect the fire. Which is basically I can shield myself against the fire. So if you actually talk to people in the first continent, they have like their set things to say, even the normal people. And then in this continent, they actually say different things. Just a little fact. Okay, so I'm going to stop here for this episode, and we're going to continue on to the next palace, and get the next belt in the next episode. Till then, farewell.